This weekend, a new adaptation of Stephen King's The Running Man drops in theaters. This time it is directed by Edgar Wright and stars Glen Powell. And right off the bat, this is a movie with so much going for it. You've got great source material from Stephen King. You've got a vibrant, energetic, stylized director, Edgar Wright. You've got a fantastic cast and a big Hollywood budget to actually be able to pull it off. Put all those ingredients together and you get this big, highly entertaining movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger's talked about how the only one of his past movies that he'd be interested in re-exploring was Running Man, because he felt like they weren't able to capture the full size of the story when they told the story back in 1987. And so he complimented this version for being able to go and tell this full story that is a national tale of this guy on the run all throughout the entire country, being tracked by the entire nation, the government, as well as the network, which are kind of the exact same thing. And for that reason, it's able to be kind of this very entertaining popcorn film, but also a movie that kind of taps into a lot of modern day fears about the way that we can be lied to by the news media, by the government, fears of the ways that we're being controlled by the forces all around us. And it taps into that while still being very entertaining. The cast across the board does a fantastic job. Seems like Glen Powell likes to play characters that play characters, where once again, he's a guy that puts on disguises and plays these other characters like he did in Chad Powers, as well as Hitman. But everyone here does a great job. Everyone's playing a lively character with charisma and tons of energy. There's a bunch of different action set pieces that each feel different, but it's also like a sneaking around film. It's a thriller. It's got some comedy in it. There's plenty of paranoia. All of that said, while it is a very entertaining movie that's very well made, it's also the least Edgar Wright movie that Edgar Wright has made. It lacks so many of his distinct creative and stylistic flourishes. This feels like a movie that someone else could have directed. It's well made. That's not to say it's directed poorly. It just doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie. There's also a number of kind of coincidences or simple explanations for how things take place that it just felt like, really, you couldn't come up with something better than that? But the movie overall was very entertaining, blended a bunch of genres, told a big story, pulled out big emotions, and had me captivated from beginning to end. I do absolutely recommend checking it out. Just know it's not a super distinct Edgar Wright movie.